Cobb sort of went from the game of football at Abilene Christian College into karate and judo, and then from there made his move into professional boxing. And then he moved from Abilene, Texas to a training site in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, so he could absorb some of the wisdom available there from a man named George Benton. So today it is a big opportunity for the young man from Texas, Randall Cobb, against Michael Dokes, and we'll have an up-close and personal look at Michael Dokes in just a moment. Michael Dokes started his boxing at a very young age in junior programs around Akron, Ohio, under the tutelage of his father. In 1974, he reached the national finals in both the AAU and National Golden Gloves tournaments, and then in 1975, he won the National AAU Championship. 1976, he lost in the Olympic trials to John Tate, and from that, he turned pro. Now the rest of his history. In the mid-1970s, Michael Dokes was a brash young man riding high in the world of amateur boxing, a national AAU and Golden Gloves champion. In this fight, he won the North American heavyweight title in spectacular fashion for a relative baby of 17. I spoke to him afterwards, and he was not shy in his agreement with a suggestion that he had a bright future.
You're right about that. In the years I'm mature, I plan on being a world heavyweight champion.
Physically and dealing with a lot of situations and circumstances, boxing has made me very patient and just waiting my time, and with patience you get it all.
Dokes works out at his farm that's been converted into a training camp in Orwell, Ohio, near his hometown of Akron. It seems a long way from the glory days of his amateur career, but Michael has kept the faith during his 5 years as a pro. He knows there are many who question his ability. He knows he has an opportunity in today's fight to take a giant step toward silencing his critics.
Right.
Everybody thinks that I'm a hoax or imitation of a fighter or whatever. So I think it's the day of judgment, not for myself, because I don't need self-approval. I'm convinced, I'm confident, I'm cocky, I'm whatever the people want to say. But I think it's the day of judgment for the people to analyze me, to make their deduction or their conclusions and say, well, hey, this guy can fight.
With Michael Dokes, you're looking at Randall Tex Cobb. He was a lineman on the 1973 Abilene Christian College football team, a team that included a running back named Wilbert Montgomery, you know him, and a quarterback named Clint Longley, who had a short fight career. Cobb is also the fighter who lost to John Voight in the motion picture The Champ. You may remember that. In talking with him earlier, I got the feeling that the big guy knows who he is and where he is right now in his boxing career. So it is, Randall Cobb, you have an opportunity to take a big step toward a title opportunity in heavyweight boxing.
Yes, I do, and I'm real glad to get that opportunity. I appreciate everybody that's involved in getting it for me.
Against Michael Dokes, it's your size, strength, power against his speed primarily.
Well, you missed good looks and purity of spirit, Keith, but yes, I think that basically sums it up. He's excessively quick. He's a very good combination puncher, moves well, very talented individual, a lot of experience, good chin, good fighter.
Means you've got to cut him off, though. Can't let him run around all day.
Well, let's hope not. I'm not out here for a track meet. I certainly want to get down into the clinches and see if we can rumble a bit.
Is that your game, inside?
Well, my game's anywhere where I can hit him. And I can't hit him when he's running, so I guess I'm going to have to cut him off, put him in a corner, see if we can get it down to some brass tacks.
You're a bit grumpy over that split decision loss, your only loss to Kenny Norton?
I don't know if grumpy would be a real good word, Keith. No, I'm not. I learned a great deal from Ken. I made a lot of mistakes, both structurally, strategically, even technically. I fought a very poor fight. I didn't fight near what I thought I was capable of. Made a lot of mistakes, but I learned a bunch, and that's what really counts. And I certainly hope to get, or rather to give Miss Dokes' youngest boy, Michael, the benefit of all this experience.
Define for me what it is that you learn in 20 fights. What can you absorb in that short period of time that can be useful to you in professional boxing?
A lot of leather. No, other than that, you do get a feel for the ring. You get an understanding of what's going to work, what's not going to work. More importantly than that, you get a feel for what are you going to do when everything goes wrong. When for some reason tonight whether it was karma or your biorhythms were out of sync or just whatever it was that went wrong that day. Your stars were crossed, but that thing just, nothing worked. And what are you going to do then? What are you going to do when everything that you've been killing people with all of a sudden ain't killing nobody? And what are you going to do when all this tremendous defense that you've been making everybody miss with, you can't get out your own way? What are you going to do then? That's kind of what you find out after, 1825, something like that.
Randall, I hope that new wisdom serves you well.
Well, you and me both.
All right, some earlier comments of this man, Randall Tex Cobb, ranked 9th among the World Boxing Council heavyweight contenders. Big chance for him today against number 3 ranked Michael Dokes. Michael, a native of Akron, Ohio, now living in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, but going home to train. He's ranked number 3 among the WBC contenders. 2 of many young heavyweights looking for a chance. Their chance comes in just a moment. We are ready now for the first round of a 10-rounder. Michael Dokes with a record of 19-0-1, 10 knockouts. The draw, as we mentioned, against Ozzie Ocasio, came back in a rematch with him and took him out early. The only loss for this man was a split decision to Ken Norton. That was in November of last year. One of the things I think worth pointing out as we get ready to begin this heavyweight bout, Michael Dokes has not fought since October 2nd of last year, and he was a winner in that one, stopping Tom Fisher in 7 rounds. That was on the Ollie Holmes card here in Las Vegas. The tale of the tape reads this way for you, and I think always the matter of reach is important, and the factor of weight is significant here, perhaps in that Dokes gives away 10 pounds to Cobb. He gives away also 4 inches in reach, only 1 inch in height. However, one would surmise, having watched Michael Dokes through his amateur career and his budding professional career, that he may very well have the edge in speed. The referee is Carlos Padilla. He will have no vote in the decision. The judges will cast the ballots. They are Joe Swessel, Bob Martin, and Al Miller. The rules are very simply these: 10-point must, 3 knockdown rule in effect, mandatory 8 count, no saving by the bell. The ring is 20 by 20. The gloves are 8 ounces, and we are ready to begin. With a whole lot of interested people at ringside, including Larry Holmes, who is scheduled to meet the Canadian champion Trevor Berbick in April of this year. Ken Norton is here, Leon Spinks is here, and young Tony Tubbs, another aspiring heavyweight, is also here. There's the champion there. Here's round number 1. The big guy from Texas used that rather ponderous but strong left hand very efficiently against Ken Norton. And he lost on a split decision. Judges from Los Angeles and New York giving the decision to Ken, while the judge from Texas gave a 1-point call for Cobb. So Cobb, right at the beginning, goes for the body of Michael Dokes. And as you heard in the interview, Randall Cobb is more interested in just simply having a rumble. He does not want to be in a track meet this afternoon, and it looks like Michael Dokes is not going to give him a track meet. Dokes standing right into him here in round number 1, where the factor of intimidation becomes very important in the first 3 minutes. Both of them with left hooks to the target that time, though I thought Cobb picked off most of Dokes. Cobb's left hook was pretty clean. George Benton in the corner for Randall Cobb. Bob Martin, Al Miller, and Joe Swessel are the judges, as we told you. Carl King and Bobby Lewis are in the corner for Michael Dokes in this fight. Dokes at 218 and Cobb at 228. The left hook snapped in there by Dokes. He is quick of feet and quick of hand.
He's smart.
Cobb got him to the ropes. Dokes beat him off with a left and a right to the body. You can see the right hand thrown by Cobb is a bit slow.
My favorite hand.
The left hand of Dokes is very quick. However, it may lack some of the authority of Cobb. Right hand just missed by Cobb.
You gotta set him up with my favorite.
Cobb going at him.
It works all the time.
Going at it. There's the left by Dokes again, flush in the face. Inside a half minute to go, round number one. They exchange strong left jabs there.
Here it comes. That's right. Double up.
Final 10 seconds. And again, the left hook of Dokes rattled Cobb some as Randy moved in. Here is round number two. ABC's International Boxing, Michael Dokes. In the white trunks, in the gold, it is Randall Cobb. Cobb still going straight at him. Dokes scored pretty well with the left hook and the left jab in the first round, though Cobb's corner seemed rather pleased with the progress of the round. I think if they continue at this pace, conditioning will become something to consider toward the end of the fight, because they have thrown some leather. That was exactly what Cobb had wanted, a lot of leather. So far, he's had his druthers, I'd say. Good to the body there by Dokes.
Double up.
That left hook, which summed up that flurry by Dokes, was picked off by
I
Cobb.
want that double up. Back out.
The right hand to the body by Dokes. Goes back to the body again. He's hammering on the body of Cobb now. Looks like somebody in Dokes' corner had the idea of seeing just what kind of shape the big guy's in.
Don't lay with it.
Dokes fighting out of the corner. Going to the body. Much of that was picked off by the arms of Cobb. That left hand, that straight left of Dokes, causing Randall Cobb some trouble. Second round of 10.
Move that head.
No marks on either man so far. There's that short left hook that caught Cobb coming in. The right hand stung him by Dokes. Cobb going right at him. There's a wicked left hook right on the jaw of Cobb, and that Randall Cobb appeared to be available for a right hand against Ken Norton, as once he has thrown the left, tends to leave it low. And Ken Norton scored well with a right-hand lead late in their fight in San Antonio.
That's right, don't lay. Double.
It is the left hook of Michael Dokes right now that is doing the most damage as we go into the final 10 seconds of round number two in this heavyweight match between Dokes and Cobb. Number three, Michael Dokes in white, Randall Cobb in the gold. One from Ohio, Dokes. One from Texas, Cobb. Dokes stung Cobb with one wicked left hook flush on the jaw in the second round. And Dokes has scored heavily with that left hook from the very beginning. The information to Cobb in the corner during rounds was, you're letting him get off first. Right hand by Cobb. Left hook missed by Dokes. Good left hand by Randall Cobb there. Those two punches, the most authority he's thrown in the fight so far. Might watch, though. There's that good, strong left again, and it shakes the head of Michael Dokes. When he throws the left, he doesn't always tuck it back for protection, leaving himself open. Left and a right and a left by Cobb. Stung Dokes. Though Dokes held his ground, he didn't back him up with that combination. Now Dokes backs up with a little respect showing for the power of Cobb, but flurries off the ropes and continues to reach Cobb with the left hand.
Stick it, Mike. My favorite hand work. Move that head.
There's the left. That was picked off pretty much by Cobb. The right, however, found him from Dokes. There's another right hand by Dokes.
Then you spin up.
Dokes fighting back here in the final minute after being stung by Cobb's left-right combination.
He's coming, then you do back eye on him there. Get out. Get out. Afterwards. Put that head.
They exchange right hands. Dokes landed a second one. Now he goes hard to the body.
Stop it in his face. Here he comes. Here he comes.
Be interesting to see whether or not the body attack by Dokes, what impact it has on the big Texan. We're in the final seconds of round 3. We're into round 4, heavyweight bout, WBC, between Michael Dokes and white, Randall Cobb in the gold. And one of the surprises of the fight so far is that Michael Dokes has not gone to the foot speed he possesses very much in the first 3 rounds. He's been perfectly content to exchange with Cobb, and particularly effective with the left hook and his body attack. In round number 3, Cobb found him with a left-right combination. That stung him. The most effective punches of the fight by Cobb so far. He's finding Dokes rather steadily with the left hand. Some of them have plenty of authority in them. But Dokes with his flurries, seemingly leading in the fight at this point. There's the left hand of Cobb. And now a little bit of a nosebleed for Randy Cobb. There's a left-right by Dokes. And they're both home. I sort of have the feeling, too, that Dokes is, one, not intimidated by the right hand of Cobb. He seemingly is not worried about it at all. And he's got blood flowing from the nose of the Texas boxer right now. There's a right hand, and you see that Dokes didn't give much on it at all. He took it pretty well up on the side of the head. Came right back with a combination himself. Right hand by Dokes had something in it. Now good left by Cobb. We'd like to alert our local stations along the line. At the end of this round, we will take a station break. Normally, when you have a nosebleed, it inhibits your breathing somewhat. Rights by both men. Cobb with everything on a right hand that he loaded up, but he missed with it. Referee Carlos Padilla suggesting to Dokes he come up a little higher with his body punches.
That's right.
Dokes able to slip much of the attack when he's backed into the rope and able to score coming off like that. Quick left hand. Hard right by Dokes. Cobb continuing to press forward, but he's absorbing a lot of punishment.
Stick it, Mike. Stick it. Stick it, baby. Stick it. Shift on him.
We'll be right back with more of the Dokes-Cobb heavyweight fight after this word from our local station. We're into round 5 of this heavyweight bout between Randall Cobb and Michael Dokes. Dokes in the white. Worked on Cobb's nose during the round to stop the bleeding, and immediately Dokes goes to work on it with that quick left hand. Look at that flurry. Very, very quick hand for Dokes. The corner saying to Cobb between rounds, you've got to go after him a little quicker. Get off a little quicker. You're giving him the first shot as you make your move in. Don't do it. Light right hand, not much on that one. So they had the crowd excited. Those two lefts, however, had something in them. That is a ponderous, a very heavy left hand that Cobb throws out. Still looks fresh. Right hand by Cobb. Dokes walked back into the corner with it. And flurries out.
Walk over.
Cobb said he wanted to rumble. He's getting it.
Walk around him. Stick it.
Following ABC's International Boxing, on ABC's Wide World of Sports, Salvador Sanchez defends against Roberto Castrillon. Howard Cosell sitting at ringside to call that one for you. That will be for the WBC World Featherweight Championship. And that one should be a blistering contest as well. Sanchez named the Fighter of the Year for 1980. Right now, you're looking at two young heavyweights, a great deal of talk. The winner of this one might very well get a chance down the calendar at Larry Holmes. Holmes right now committed to 2 fights. Berbick and Leon Spinks. Cobb continuing to press the fight, and Dokes continuing to score with both hands, particularly the left, throwing the greater number of punches. Flurries like that, just raining off the head of Randall Cobb. This is round 5 of 10 scheduled. We're in the final seconds in Las Vegas as Cobb misses with a big right. All right, we're going to round number 6 as Michael Dokes raining punches onto the body and head of Randall Cobb in round number 5. But Cobb continues his pattern. He continues to press the fight, coming straight at Michael Dokes. Dokes, we thought, might resort to the foot speed that is his. He has not. He has been willing to stand in and trade with the big Texan. And he has scored heavily through the entirety of the fight. Back in the 3rd round, Cobb stung him with a left right to the head. But each time that he has loaded up, he has missed with a big right hand. Cobb's prime weapon so far has been the ponderous left. Dokes' prime weapon has been to flurry, and particularly score with the left hand and a left hook. Coming up after this, Salvador Sanchez and Roberto Castrillon on ABC's Wide World of Sports. It'll be live except on the West Coast. Howard will be here to call it for you. I'm Keith Jackson, and these are two young heavyweights, 22 and 25 years of age, Dokes and Cobb, respectively. Dokes with a fine amateur career, more than 150 amateur fights, including a National AAU Championship as a heavyweight. National Golden Gloves Championship. Randall Cobb went from the football field at Abilene Christian to karate and judo, and then to boxing. So his 18 fights really sums up his boxing career. He did not have an amateur career. They have traded leather from bell 1. Good left hand by Cobb as he moves in. But again, Dokes comes right back with the body attack and then switches to the head. And Randall Cobb's nose is bleeding again. It started to bleed in the 4th round.
When you make a miss, you gotta hit.
Dokes starting to move a little bit more here in round number 6 than he has during the fight. He missed with the right hand, loaded up again, and couldn't get it there in time, but he scored with that left hook. But in the meantime, while Cobb is landing 2 or 3 meaningful punches of the round. Dokes is just peppering him with combinations.
Now go to work. Double up. Double up.
I'll tell you, after 6 or 7 rounds, though, that left hand of Randall Cobb gets heavy. And Dokes flurrying back. This is round 7. Randall Cobb had his best round in number 6. Michael Dokes has been told to use your legs and don't come straight back. Furthermore, don't come straight in and step into the uppercut of Cobb. But Dokes still hasn't gone to the legs that we thought he would use. Right hand by Cobb, didn't get all of it there, but he got some of it on the face of Michael Dokes.
Boxing.
Dokes' corner, Carl King and Bobby Lewis, both shouting to him, box him, box him. There's a right hand by Cobb. Dokes flurries again with a combination, most of it picked off by Cobb. The big fella has pretty fair protection. His defense is not that bad. Dokes finding him now. He's gone to his toes, more movement, and he's finding Cobb with the left hand once more. But he just keeps coming. The big Texan just keeps in front of him. He's there all the time. You certainly don't have to look for him. Dokes spinning him really for the first time in the fight. Right hand by Cobb. Dokes comes back with a left hook. Cobb's in there with a left hook. The crowd coming up. Cobb throws the right, it misses, and a left-right by Dokes. There's the uppercut by Cobb. Another strong round for Randall Cobb. The left hook by Dokes picked off. Dokes has not had a fight since October of last year. Most of that was spoiled by the defensive posture of Cobb. Inside the final minute of round 7. Cobb pressing the fight. Getting his second win, apparently. Still undaunted by the quick flurries that Dokes has thrown throughout the fight. Again, the strong left, and that jars Michael Dokes. Dokes' corner yelling at him. Boxing, boxing. We go inside 30 seconds. Right hand by Cobb. Shakes Dokes. Michael moves away. That's 3 good right hands by Randall Cobb in this round. Dokes stepping the left to the face of Cobb as we come to the end of applause from the crowd here at the Sports Pavilion at Caesar's Palace. It was a big round for Randall Cobb. In the corner, you hear the word boxing, boxing, boxing constantly being shouted out at Michael Dokes. He has not used his foot speed particularly in the fight against the big Texan. Looking into Cobb's corner, there seems to be a heartening now as he has made a move in rounds 6 and 7 to take some of the initiative away from Michael Dokes. Cobb's most notable win so far in his young career over Ernie Shaver. Stopped him in 8 rounds. He lost a very close split decision to Ken Norton last November. The only mark on Dokes' record so far was a draw with Ozzie Ocasio, but he came right back later and stopped Ocasio in 1 round. So right now there is heightening optimism in the corner of Randall Cobb as we go for round number 8. left by Cobb to the face of Dokes. Overhand right, not quite there. Wicked left hook by Michael Dokes to the face of Cobb. Left right by Cobb. This is on the uppercut. He's finding Dokes with that left hand now with plenty on it. Dokes had his way in the early going. But in round 6 and 7, Cobb has asserted himself.
Pull that head, Mike. Stick it. Where's the hatchet? Where's the pull? Double up.
Dokes' hands are low.
Watch the left hand.
Particularly the left hand is low. Right hand lead by Cobb would probably be effective, but he doesn't throw it, and he gets tagged with a left right to the face as we come to the final minute of round number 8. It's a close fight and a tough fight. That left hook found Cobb. I'm still surprised, really surprised that Michael Dokes hasn't been on his toes and moving more than he has in the fight. Giving away 4 inches in reach, giving away 10 pounds. There's a left hook by Dokes.
Move that head, move that head.
But Cobb just keeps coming. The shadow, he's always there. End of round 8. All right, this is round 9, and a good heavyweight scrap between Randall Cobb in the gold trunks and Michael Dokes in the white trunks. Fight may very well be up for grabs over these final 2 rounds. And such big opportunities and big money fights seem ahead for the winner of this one. There are so many young heavyweights around today. Jerry Cooney, of course, has been getting so much of the attention. But Michael Dokes thought by minute to be right there. The overhand right by Cobb and a countering right hand by Dokes. Both men's heads snapping back. Dokes dancing out of the way that time. Remember in the movie The Champ? It was John Voight. Seemingly was not given a chance. Certainly not the favorite. Poignant story. Here it is Randall Cobb, who was not the considered favorite in this fight because of experience as much as anything. Now he's taking it pretty well to Dokes. Dokes goes to the body, then comes up with a left hook. Got it all there. The 3 judges, Joe Swessel, Bob Martin, and Hal Miller. Michael Dokes' bridges are slipped considerably. Right hand by Cobb, but Dokes comes right back with the left right of his own. Cobb won't give Dokes time to pull up his pants. After it incessantly. 228 pounds, that's a good right hand by Michael Dokes there. In the fight, I think it is fair to say here in round number 9, Dokes has thrown the greater number of punches. But it is Cobb who has made the fight. He has thrown a fair number himself, and many of them with a great deal of authority.
Turn him around. Turn him around. Now go. No.
Cobb seems a little tired, a little slower. But then so I am sure is Michael Dokes. They have both thrown a lot of punches and covered a lot of territory. Cobb pursuing, Dokes countering, and Dokes throwing a lot of punches that landed in round number 9.
Sit down.
Looking into the corner of Dokes, looking into the corner of Cobb. Earnest conversation in both. And coming up on ABC's Wide World of Sports at 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central and Pacific, you'll have the WBC World Featherweight Championship live, except on the West Coast. Salvador Sanchez defending against Roberto Castañón. It was Sanchez, remember, who knocked off Danny Little Red Lopez for the championship, and he defends it against the #1 challenger and the European champ, Castañón. Sanchez, 37-1-1, his 5th title defense, and we'll have Olympic gold speed skating championships. The gold go to round number 10 on ABC's International Boxing. Dokes standing his ground, still not moving much, but tattooing Cobb with that left-right combination. He goes left-right and then hooks. Randall Cobb still coming at him, missing with a wild left. Inside, Dokes scores with a right. There's the big left, and again by Cobb. Dokes with a wicked left to the body. The referee Padilla saying again to Dokes, keep it up. Been right on the waistline a lot today with a body attack. That right hand was a little bit below the mark. Cobb standing right in front of him. Both men absorbed in what they're doing in the final round of this heavyweight bout. Dokes moving and Cobb coming. Cobb not throwing all that many punches here in round number 10. Shot to the body by Dokes. Comes back with the left hook to the head. There's the long left jab, the heavy jab of Cobb.
Now turn out. Get off, quick. Be first, be first. Let him, Mike. Run him with them hands. Run him with the hands. The speed. The speed, Mike, the speed.
Inside the final minute.
Go.
It has been a good heavyweight fight. They're taking it to the final bell. Again, a bit of blood trickling from the nose of Randall Cobb as he bangs Dokes to the body, catches Dokes with a left, a right, both landed. Crowd up shouting. Final 10 seconds of the fight. On the right hand by Randall Cobb. A left right by Michael Dokes. A left to the face by Dokes at the final bell. Oh, it was a good fight. Both men tired. Both men respectful. And the crowd is on its feet applauding. Many times you find young heavyweights getting this kind of opportunity. It turns into a ponderous affair. That one was a pretty good fight. Randall Cobb saying in conversation with him earlier that he does need experience. He learned something out of every fight. Michael Dokes had not been active since October of last year. The surprise to me was that Dokes did not go to his foot speed, did not use it particularly in the fight. He chose to stand in against Randall Cobb. He absorbed a good deal of punishment. I thought Cobb's best rounds might well have been 6 and 7. I thought perhaps that Dokes threw the greater number of punches in the fight, landed the greater number of blows in the fight, but I will not at this juncture suggest a decision to you. Looking in slow motion at the final seconds of the fight, you have to be impressed by the courage of both men. You know they both had to be tired as they closed inside the final 15 seconds,
Ladies
but
and
they
gentlemen,
drew leather, and here is ring announcer Chuck Cobb with a decision.
Judge Bob Martin scores 96 Michael Dokes, 94 Randy Cobb. Judge Hal Miller scores 95 Michael Dokes, 95 Randy Cobb, a draw, and Judge Joe Swessel scores 97-94. The winner by majority decision, Michael Dokes.
So your winner by majority decision is Michael Dokes. I'll run it down again. Joe Swessel had it 97-94 Dokes. Bob Martin had it 96-94 Dokes, and Hal Miller had it 95-95 even. Well, that substantiates what we suggested to you, that it was a good fight. We'll be back to talk with them in just a moment. The unusual opportunity to talk to both men in the aftermath of what I thought was a heck of a heavyweight fight. Let's start with Michael Dokes, the winner by majority decision. Michael, this big Texan was just sort of like a cloud. He was always there.
Yeah, he was very relentless. He just kept coming. My trainer kept telling me to stick and move in boxing, but no matter what I did, he was still reluctant to keep coming and keep coming. And they raised him good in Texas.
Randall, we thought, in fact, we were quite surprised that Michael stood as much as he did and traded with you. We thought perhaps with his foot speed you might have to chase him and get a little bit of a track meet, but you got what you wanted. You didn't have any trouble finding him, did you?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it looked a little different from out here. Seemed to me like I ran my ass off. I mean, I ran him all over the ring.
Yes.
You know, and it wasn't that he didn't stand. He stood on occasion, you know, and when he did, he was busy. So, I'd like to say it was a really good fight. I enjoyed it. I learned a whole bunch. I want to thank Michael for it. It was a real good fight, and like I say, I learned a lot. And partner, I'm going to be back. We're going to do this again.
Not on my behalf.
No, Michael says we may not do that one again. It was a heck of a good fight between Randall Cobb and Michael Dokes. We enjoyed it very much, and we've got to get off the air here.